Hi friends, my name is Bhavya Mangla. I'm again back with a very interesting topic which is inspired from my book, The Power of Self-Talk. And today the topic is what is the key difference between inner and the outer world. And by that time this video will end, you will understand what exactly is the meaning of inner world, what is outer world, which world is more important, and what we can do to make sure that we can always remain happy in whichever state we are. Let me start with a very interesting story. This story is of a sage who was passing through one village. The villagers knew that this sage is very wise and very intelligent, so they invited that particular sage to their village. And everyone got together and they started asking many questions. And since sage had a lot of wisdom, so he could answer all the questions or the queries very clearly. People were very ecstatic and they were so happy that this particular learned person has come to their village. But there was another elderly person in the village. When he came to know that now instead of coming to me, now people are going to that particular stage, he felt little bad and irritated. He thought, let me just teach a lesson to that particular sage. So he went to that sage and said that I know that you are very intelligent, you are very sharp, but I'm going to ask you a question. If you can answer that question correctly, I will also appreciate you. But in case not, then you need to leave the village immediately. The sage understood what exactly that elder man is trying to do, but then he had no choice but to accept. The elderly person said that I have a pigeon in my hand. Now you have to tell me whether it is alive or dead. Now that elderly person had something in his mind. He had thought that if the sage will say it is alive, he will just crush the neck and will kill that pigeon and prove the sage wrong. But in case the sage says that yes, it is dead, then he will just open his hand and the pigeon will fly. In that case, again, the sage will be proved wrong. The sage understood what exactly the elderly person is trying to do. So when this question was asked, the sage just smiled and said very politely that the life of pigeon is in your hand. You need to decide whether it has to be alive or dead. You have the choice to take care what you want to do it. My dear friends, in life also something like that is there. It is up to us to decide that what is right for us and what is not right for us. A very interesting quote which has been said by Swami Vivekananda. He said, all power is within you. You can do anything and everything. If we think about inner world, what is inner world? When we talk about inner world, primarily we are talking about something what we think, what we decide, what we perceive is right for us, that is our inner world. When we talk about the outer world, it means the world which is outside us, where people decide, where we are running for some targets, where we are trying to fulfill the expectation of other people, that is an outer world. In general, what happens that when we think about the inner world, it's all about peace and calm and serenity. But when we talk about the outer world, it's always about tension, pressure. Say, for example, when we talk about the inner world, maybe in spite of a lot of peer pressure, a student still decide to sleep at 10 o'clock or 10:30 and wake up at 6. Or maybe you want to purchase an iPhone, but you don't purchase it because you know that you have something other thing to do. Or maybe you are not doing the binge watching all the seasons of any new serial which has come just because you know that what is right for you, and there can be many more things. But when we think about the perspective of the outer world, the things changes. Now the same student, rather than sleeping at 10:30, now sleeps at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock because he or she wants to compete or want to be in the company of those students or friends who are sleeping at that time. Or maybe you want to purchase an iPhone, but you still didn't want to do it because you have to pay an EMI. But since you wanted to be in the good company of other people, you want to showcase that yes, you also have an iPhone, you purchase it. Or maybe you just binge watch all the episodes, not because you want to do it, but only because you want to prove to the people that yes, you can also do it. A very interesting quote which has been said by T. Harvaker. He said, happy people build their inner world. Unhappy people blame their outer world. So that's what happens. In life, there are two theories. One is inside out, another is outside in. When we talk about outside in, it means that whatever we are doing, we are just trying to do it to please the people. And sometimes it looks very logical. Say, for example, you do a fantastic job and people appreciate. You feel motivated, you want to do more. Or maybe assume that you think that everyone is going for engineering or medicine or law or chartered accountancy, and you also want to go for that. What's wrong in that? Since there is a lot of opportunities, people are going for it, you are also going for it. Now think from another perspective, now from the inside out. Now same scenario is there, but there is a slight change in that. Now when people are appreciating, you are feeling good, you are feeling motivated. But what if people decide to criticize you? Will you still feel motivated? The answer is no. At that time you will feel depressed, you will feel dejected that why people are saying like that. Or maybe you are excellent in painting, you enjoy painting, you can paint for hours and hours and you will not feel any tiredness. But just because everyone is doing engineering or medicine or CA or law, that's why you're going for that particular side. So what is right for you? Whether you have to think inside out or outside in, what is giving you more pleasure? That is something which is very, very important to think. A very, very interesting quote said with Dalai Lama. He said, we can never obtain peace in the outer world until we make peace with ourselves. So, my dear friends, the choice is with us what we want to do, whether we want to do the thing inside out or outside in. When we are doing things outside in, we are in race with people. We are doing something to please the people. We are doing something which everyone is doing it, and we think, yes, we are a part of that herd. But when we are doing things inside out, at that time, we are doing what we think is right for us. We are doing something which gives the pleasure to me. We are doing something which gives happiness and contentment to me. So, irrespective of whether you do things outside in or inside out, the choice remains with you that what you think is right for you. There's nothing wrong in always doing the thing as per the outer world. But then, in that case, are you happy? Are you enjoying the life? Are you feel always empowered? That is a question that we need to ask ourselves and then decide that what needs to be done. And in case we want to live as per our inner world, in case we want to do the thing as per inside out, what we can do? I think we can do little bit of meditation, if we can do little bit of self-talk, if we can be little bit mindful about what we are thinking, there is a very high possibility that we will be more controlling ourselves, we will be more contented with ourselves, and then at that time, whatever thing we are doing, irrespective of whether we pass or fail, we always consider that that is my decision. But in case it is outer world, it is outside in, when we fail, we feel bad. When we pass, we feel good. That is a thing that will go on day in, day out. So the choice is with us how we want to do it. A very, very interesting quote said by Brian Tracy. He said, your outer world of attitudes, wealth, work, relationships, and health will always be a reflection of your inner attitudes of mind. My dear friend, if I talk about myself, I strongly believe in my inner world. I strongly believe in inside out. I do agree that because of the societal pressure, at times I become more focused toward the outer world. I start seeing from outside in. But then every day I challenge myself. Whenever I see things from outside in, I challenge myself to bring myself in and decide that I should see everything from my perspective. I'm challenging myself and becoming a better person. What you're doing, I'm looking for your feedback. Thank you.